The first step in building an engaging Google Data Studio dashboard is to use the funnel approach for your dashboard structure. In the past years, the human attention span has dropped to 8 seconds. So this is a time frame in which your dashboard will need to engage the person looking at it. 8 seconds. Let's take a look at 2 examples. Do we want to start with a grid that throws at us at once a lot of data, or do we want to provide the information that the user came for as fast as possible? The answer is a complete no-brainer. We want to make the data accessible, easy to grasp and digest. The best dashboards use a funnel approach and display the most significant metrics in the top section. And then, while this is not a rule, I usually use the next sections with 2 goals in mind. Show trends, fluctuations, and then reveal what led to the performance displayed on top in a more granular way. To show you what I mean, on this dashboard we're answering how many total contacts we had last month, and it took probably less than 3 seconds to see that. How many per stage, new, free, paying, lapsed, trials, churned. Then we're uncovering the time frame of each contact through each stage, for instance 1 day from new email to trial, and then we're understanding from what sources and campaigns they came from. This is the funnel approach, but other dashboard makers, for example Josh Cottrell, that wrote a great article on Supermetrics about how he builds most of his dashboards, uses a pyramid approach. The foundation is the same. It will help you visualize going from broad to granular. Another important mention here, as you can see, we try to keep it simple and decluttered. It's tempting to cover numerous metrics and directions, but you want to keep away from generating reporting fatigue. And speaking of reporting fatigue, let's go to the next point. Make the experience interactive. Creating a dashboard that only contains numbers is a good way towards a dashboard that's going to be checked at best once per month. How can you make sure you prevent this? Try to include elements that are helping the end user engage with the content on the page, the same as they would do when navigating a website. A basic way to do this is to put Data Studio's interactive features to use, like the optional metrics. For this chart, you can see either an overview of all the 3 goal completions, or select through individual goals and see what the user has done on the website. How do we enable optional metrics? We go into edit mode, we select our chart here, and you will see in the metric section that we have this toggle here, optional metrics, and you can add up to 10 optional metrics. You can go here and add multiple. After that, you can go into view mode and see all the metrics that you set up in the backend. Another great option are the drill downs. We have this table here that is, let's say, Google Ads data split by day. But we want to see this data drilled up from day to week. This is how it looks like. We have this button here, and if we click it again, we'll be able to drill further up from week to month and from month to year. How do we enable drill downs? We go back into edit mode, we select our chart, and this time we stay into the dimension section, and we have this drill down toggle here that we are enabling. You can do this with dates, as we did in this example, or you can, for example, drill up and down from campaign to ad set to ad or other groups that contain each other. Please notice that we're also using this little GIF here as a visual indicator of how the user can interact with the chart. Another great built-in feature is the cross-filtering. In our example, we have a GeoChart accompanied by a table, and if we select a certain country, we will have the data dynamically populated in this table. Let's see how you can do this. First thing, go into edit mode, then go to your 2 charts and make sure you group them. We have them already grouped, so make sure that you select them both, you group them. And then you go to your GeoChart and scroll all the way to here and enable cross-filtering. And of course, you can also break the stream of numbers with all kinds of community visualizations, but we'll cover those in another video. The third part of creating an engaging GDS dashboard is to prevent boredom with dynamic elements. This last part refers to inserting here and there in your dashboard dynamic elements that disrupt the high quantity of information and draw more curiosity or are simply fun. One of my favorite ways of doing this, especially for platforms like Facebook ads where we have images and we can extract the ad preview link, is to overlay the ad images over a device mockup. Mix it with the interactive cross-filtering that we talked about earlier, and you have a playful way for the user to see what image generated the highest ROAS, for example. How can you do this? Again, we go into edit mode, we select both of our tables and we group them. And then we go at the table level, we scroll all the way down as we discussed in the previous step, we enable cross-filtering. The second table, the one with the image, yes, it's actually a table with no date range dimension, and we have only one dimension, the ad link, and no metrics. Don't forget to select rows per page only one, because I'll show you what happens if we select more. Because we have multiple rows here with multiple ad names, we will see all the images in that table and our fake UI will show. Okay, so back to one row, and we go back to the dimension, the ad link, that we format as an image from here. For the phone mockup, you can use any kind of phone mockup that you can find on the internet, but make sure you have a vertical mockup, not a tilted one like this, because you won't be able to use a table on them. And make sure that it's a free for commercial use image. Using the same method of a device mockup, we can also insert the top reviews, or on the contrary, the lowest score ones. Everyone is interested to listen to their customers, so this section will definitely receive attention. For this section, we used a community visualization for customer reviews created by Baguette Engineering, and also this Google Sheet that will act as the data source with the respective data structure that the community visualization is asking for, which is review date, review ID, review name, comment, and rating. And this is how the end product review will look like. Here are the data fields that we have in the Google Sheet as well. You can extract your reviews in Google Sheets through an automation tool or directly through your reviews tool. The last dynamic elements we're talking about today are emoji and meme reactions based on your metrics. For the first one, we're going to zoom in a bit and you'll see the different emojis added by revenue levels. So I can either indicate that my revenue is not that great or that my revenue is really strong. This next one is inspired by Michael Howe Ely and his article on how to use meme reactions on GIFs in Google Data Studio reports. Same as above, just that this time we're using Jim Carrey. We can see that we have a great revenue or that we really don't enjoy the revenue that we obtained. Both types of reactions are case-when formulas built with revenue levels. The only difference is that the emoji one is wrapped in an image formula. And with all these in mind, you are ready to build an engaging dashboard. One last important mention, please double check and triple check your data accuracy, especially when you're using data blending from multiple data sources. You can even do a couple of calculations manually to see if your formulas are correctly set up. Alright folks, that was it for this video. I hope you found it useful. See you in the next one.
Alright, thanks Andrea for this great information. If this video helped you out in any way, then hit that like button. And also check out this playlist right over here where we have more interesting topics on Data Studio and data visualization. Now from everybody here at Measure School, happy measuring!